Ding, ding, ding. Bro, is you finished or is you done? A wobble wobble.
Wobbly, wobbly,
Wobbly.
wobble, wobble.
Speaking of wobbling and wobbles,
What are we talking about here?
Speaking
of wobbling,
wobbling and it's finishing and you done.
is you finished or is you done?
So
This is dark. This is a weak start. Welcome to Deal With It podcast, where we get to say whatever we want and you get to
Deal with it.
I am Brad, aka Bones,
I'm ADL.
and our guest today is us, motherfuckers. Yeah, it's episode 7 in this bitch.
Yeah. Already season 2, baby.
Yeah,
So if you haven't checked out season 1, go check that shit out before you check out these episodes.
Yeah, season 2 definitely gets a little bit better with the video and audio quality, a little crispier. We're learning on the fly.
Definitely.
But, what's up?
More thanks to Brad Bones because he's the one who takes care of that shit.
Yeah, ADL comes to hang out.
I like the hang, man.
Yeah,
it's a good hang.
I am production behind this. So you had a Zocalo show last night.
Man, it was a great show. Packed room, sold out room. It was super good. Lineup was great. That's already 2 shows that are just. I mean, they're all great. Yeah, I mean, but since we started back up, 2 shows have been amazing, and just keep going. Just get this next one sold out again and keep it moving, baby.
Yeah, when's the next show?
April 18th at Zocalo. So stay tuned for that. Check it out at Eventbrite, ADL Entertainment, and you will see all the shows that are coming up, guys.
ADL Entertainment, putting on shows monthly. You also have a barbers competition.
Yeah, I got a tournament. It's a barber tournament. Okay. It's a 16 barber, like bracket style.
Yeah.
So the first round, they bring their own model. They do whatever cut they want.
Your own model, baby.
Yeah, got them right. They do whatever cut they want, and out of those 16, 8 will move on, and from those 8, we will provide all the models. And yeah, it's gonna be a BC tournament. $1,000 for the winner. So that's always
nice.
That's always dope.
Is it all on one day?
It's all in one day, yeah, and it's gonna be hosted at Area 51. Shout out to Area 51
too. So that's pretty dope. Do you have how many participants you got so far?
I got 1 participant so far.
Better get on that.
Yeah. I mean, when
is the
it is in June.
Oh, okay.
June 14th. So we still got 3 months.
Okay.
Still working on everything. It's going though. It's getting out there. It's the word is spreading since I am with the BC Barber Supply. Shout out to them too.
Yep.
I'm with them, so we shoot out a lot of videos and posts for all the barbers to come in, and when they come in, I always speak to them about it and I share the videos and whatnot. So it's getting out there. It's getting
nice.
Some traction.
Nice. What else you got going on, man?
What else do I have going on, man? I got a couple things going on. I got that. I'm also working on Mojito Fest. We're working on Mojito Fest.
Okay.
It's gonna be this summer as well. It's gonna be at Zocalo. Shout out to them.
Yay.
That's gonna be dope. It's gonna be fun. I don't think it's been done over here, Milwaukee. So that's gonna be in July. We're aiming for July 27th. That is a Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. 27th, 26th, or 27th, something like that.
Okay.
And that's gonna be fun. We're looking for 8 different restaurant bars, or that will be willing to come out and do their thing. We're gonna provide shirts. We're gonna provide all the marketing, and the winners get $1,000. They get plaques. We got a couple of trophies for that too.
Nice.
So and the recognition, nothing better than getting recognized out there for for something that you do.
Yeah. And I'll be just over 4 years sober then, so I think I'm gonna start drinking
No,
again.
fuck that.
Hey, no deal. No, but you said you're gonna be giving out shirts. Shout out ADL Entertainment for making his own merch and some for Deal With It podcast. If you haven't noticed, hit us up if you want your own shirt. Hit him up. Don't hit me up. But yeah, shout out to ADL for continuing to do his marketing thing.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you. What you been up to, man? I know you got a couple things.
Yeah, so let's see. A couple weeks ago, I went out scouting again for deer hunting season this year. I'm getting out and putting some time in the woods and looking for where I'm going to be focusing on this coming fall.
And how do you determine that? Like, you go scouting like for areas or for deers and buck that you're like grooming?
Well, a little bit of both actually. So so I went. I saw a lot of deer. I spent a lot of time in the woods last year, and I saw a lot of deer at a couple of different public hunting pieces that I hunted at last year, and I harvested 3 deer off of those pieces of public, 2 does and a buck, and I saw a lot of other bucks out there. I just like some of them were too far; they're outside of bow range, or the one I saw during gun season was running full sprint, and I wasn't going to take a shot at him and potentially wound him at like 150 yards while he's running. So I just let him go. But I saw a lot of deer out there that I didn't get an opportunity at. So I'm looking for sign, looking for bedding, looking for like they're not going to be like real fresh rubs because bucks are shedding their antlers and stuff like that. But the rubs will look like within a year old, so you can kind of see that there's a buck in the area, or at least some bucks in the area. And then you just kind of you look for trees to set up in if you're going to hunt out of a tree. You look for access to food, like where they're going in and out to get to where they're eating.
And how much time do you put out there? Like,
So I went to one area. I went to the area that I shot my buck in last year, and it's not even that big of a piece of public, but I had 3 encounters with different mature bucks on that piece of property. One was a little far and was slightly smaller than I wanted to take a shot at. I wanted to give that one another year. And it was pretty early in the bow season too, so I was like, I think I'll see another one. And then the other one was, I mean, it was hard to tell because he walked up on me in the dark, but I think he might have been bigger than the buck that I shot this year. But yeah, he walked up on me in the dark, and I just see this silhouette coming up in the moonlight, and he gets to where he's on this trail that's going to come across in front of me, and it's not shooting light yet, so I can't shoot him because I can't even see down my scope. Uh, and he gets to about 10 feet in front of me, and the wind blows over my shoulder and straight to him. And now he knows something's there. He can't see me. I can't see, or I know he's there, but he has no idea I'm there. But he got out of there in a hurry. He's like, he didn't like that he smelled me. And that was the same morning. So then I'm mad at myself because I set up on this top of this hill in the dark because I didn't want to make too much noise. So I'm sitting underneath a tree with my back to it, and the wind is not in my favor. So when it blew over my shoulder, it carried my scent right to the buck. And I'm like, he took off. I'm mad at myself. Idiot! You probably blew your hunt for the whole morning. You're not going to see anything. I was like, all right, well, when it gets light out and I can see what I'm doing, I'll move to a different spot so I'm not making too much noise. And that's where I slipped into another spot, maybe like 40 yards, but it was like down into this bowl where like the wind was like carrying my scent into like the hill behind me, the bottom of the hill behind me. So like there was no way for the buck to win me that walked in front of me later that morning, and then I shot him.
oh, yeah.
So I saw 2 big bucks that morning, and the second one is the one I had the opportunity at. So that I went back to that. I said all that to say I went back to that piece of public land, and I probably spent 6 or 7 hours walking around scouting.
They say the killer always goes back to
to the scene of the
See the
crime.
crime.
Yeah.
I guess it's true even in hunting. I
Well, I
think, huh?
mean, so I figured out like the uh the buck I shot last year. It came out from this area that was like off to my left. We'll call yeah, it was south, and he came out of there, and then after I shot him, he ran right back into that area. So I'm like, okay, there's probably something going on back there. But yeah, I basically spent a 1 day out at that piece, and then I'm gonna go check out a few more spots that I was
Hey,
interested in last year.
you ever caught one sleeping? Just fucking bam.
I haven't.
Got him.
Okay, here's the crazy thing. I had access to some private last not this year, but the year before. Um, so it was 2024, and I the guy who put me back in the stand, he was like, "This is a really good stand. There's a bunch of trails coming in," and I saw so many deer out of this stand that year. But I was bow hunting, and they were all well outside of bow range or in gun range, except for one. And I'm so mad about this because I'm walking to the stand. I get all the way up in the stand. I'm set up, and this is when I'm still shooting a bow, and my range was like 25, 30 was pushing it yards.
Yeah.
So I I'm in the stand, and it's a little bit windy, and a dead tree gets blown over behind me and just crashes down really loud. Boom. And that dead tree must have woke up a buck that I walked right past on my way to the stand and didn't even notice. He
For real?
he was bedded down like 4 feet off the trail that I walked down to get to the tree.
So they
Yes.
blend in really good.
Oh, I mean, he was behind some stuff, so I wouldn't
Okay,
have seen him.
okay.
Like, but so he gets up 40 yards away from me, and I'm like, "Come on, man, come into range." And he starts walking away. I'm like, "God damn it, dude."
Yeah, and 40 yards is too much
Yeah,
already.
I wasn't gonna risk wounding it. Especially I wasn't great at shooting the bow at that point with my shoulder being as jacked up as it was.
Hey, when did you feel comfortable enough to go alone? Like, just hunting?
I'm pretty dangerous. I'm not worried about anything out there.
No, but because when did you pick up hunting, like bow
Okay,
hunting?
so bow hunting well after gun hunting, and gun hunting I started like maybe 5 years ago.
All right. So after that, yeah, I'm pretty sure you went with somebody
Yeah,
first
I
at the
mean,
beginning.
like obviously, you don't want to just like. I mean, some people do learn on the fly, and actually, that's what I'm kind of doing now because I want to explore public land, and I like being by myself. I wouldn't mind running with a few individuals that I think would be good hunting buddies, but like not everybody's made out for the woods.
Hmm.
So, like being quiet, like shutting up and moving quiet, you know. So that's a place that I like to keep peaceful, you know. But
You
no,
ever, you ever took anybody with you hunting that you're like, oh, geez.
I've took my brother out scouting with me, and I'm like, you're gonna have to learn how to not move like a goddamn Mack truck through the woods.
Fucking bulldozer.
Right? Like, God damn, I was like, I could hear you coming 7 miles away. Um, no, but like, so I went out scouting. That was a lot of fun. I've got some good potential. I think I picked. I'm gonna go put some cameras out on the public and see if I see any bucks in that area that I think I came across some good sign. So
So when you put the cameras up, like how long do they have? How much time?
it'll take depending on what you wanted to do. It'll take pictures or it'll take video too. Um, yeah, so it's a motion sensor. So
Mm.
yeah, when something walks in front of it or moves, if like so you got to be careful where you put them too because I kind of screwed up the first time I put them out and like they were getting a lot of wind pictures because like branches and stuff moving. But then I adjusted them and I started getting. I got a lot of really cool animals on camera this year,
Yeah.
and they're cell cameras too. So like it sends them right to my cell phone.
Nice. And they
Like
got
so,
like night vision and everything?
yeah, yeah.
That's fucking dope.
I got a video of a coyote running through the snow at night on camera this year.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, so I did that a couple weeks ago. This weekend, I I had the opportunity like pop up. It was really came out of nowhere. Shout out Cody Heck. He
Like
is the
Cody.
one who put me in contact with this guy who will remain nameless because I got a lot to say.
Oh, okay. So it was worth not coming to the show, huh?
Well, okay, so I got an opportunity to do a couple shows in out of town on the road. One was in Mosinee, Wisconsin, so like
Shh.
around Stevens Point.
Ain't
And
that
then
the place from that '70s show? Steven
yeah,
Sawyer.
I think
No.
so. And then the other one was in Hudson, Wisconsin, which is like right across the river from St. Paul, Minnesota. So it was a little bit of a
Oh,
drive.
she's just out there.
Yeah, yeah, it was a little bit of a drive, but I got this guy had his opener bail on him. He flew in from Arizona, had his opener bail on him, who was supposed to be his ride because the guy drove here from Ohio. Um,
Sheesh.
and so he was looking for someone local that could do both shows, Friday and Saturday. And most of the people that he was able to get in touch with, he said were only able to do one or the other. They had something going on. And me being the B-list comedian that I am, uh, I ain't have shit going on this
Come
weekend.
on, man!
No,
Don't say that.
I'm
You're C-list at
well,
most.
yeah, I'm D-list at best. No, so I didn't have anything going on this weekend. I was actually planning on going to the Zocalo show and possibly to Bodini's show,
Yeah.
but I took the opportunity. He wanted me to open for him, uh, and so I.
You
This
got to
guy,
take the opportunity. Yeah.
So basically, this guy, in a couple of hours, this guy hit me up, and I put together a set list because I wasn't really working on anything,
Mhm.
and not anything in this amount of time either. Because he said I was his opener, but then wanted to split the hour and a half in half. So he wanted me to do 45 minutes, and I was like,
Well, that's not.
I'm not opening. for
That's
you
not
anymore."
opening.
Yeah.
You're featuring.
So, well, and there's only two people on the show. So,
For your open feature.
yeah, I just open headliner, and I was like, no
Right.
feature.
Right. Right.
So, so we get on the road a little bit, and he's like, oh yeah, it's a clean show too. I was like, did Cody not tell you anything about me?
You told them.
I'm like, I was like,
I
okay.
can just imagine how this went.
Well, so I told him, I'm like, hey, buddy, just so you know, I'm not doing 45 minutes anymore. I was like, I can barely scratch the surface of 30 minutes if I change a bunch of my material to try and make it a little bit clean. So I had to do a lot of work to try and make this shit semi clean. And I'm like going through my material, and like, can't say that joke, can't say that joke.
You can't even
say
have a clean conversation without
Bro,
saying the one
I'm-
curse word.
Dude, it was so funny because I was like, I feel like everybody can feel me slowing down, so I can say crap instead of shit or like darn it, like. But no, so he goes, it doesn't have to be that clean, but he's like, no F bombs, try not to say pussy, stuff like that. I'm like, dude, like, you are really limiting me here. So I had to figure that out. But while we're on the way there, and I'm trying to figure out my set list, this motherfucker proceeded to talk about himself for 2 hours and 45 minutes on the way up to the first show. I could
2
tell.
hours and 45 minutes talking about himself.
Yes, yes, he was. He's very into himself. He told me that he is a 10 and he's gorgeous. He was a little gay for his claiming to be a straight man. Um, like he said stuff to me like, "Oh, when I played flag football, I wouldn't even go for the flags. I would just grab his wiener and stick my finger in his butt." I'm like,
like
are you
like
are you sure you're straight?
like playing flag football isn't gay enough, huh?
Right. Hey, shut up! I used to play flag. Um, so hold on. I gotta get some of this shit off my chest because this was a lot. So I'm day one. He's talking to himself a lot, or talking about himself a lot. He's very into himself. He's telling me about all these hot bartender friends he have that tell him that he's a 10 and he shouldn't keep dating for us. And I was like, oh yeah, do these hot bartenders get big tips out of you when they tell you you're a 10? Like, what the fuck are we talking about? So we I told him I'm only doing a half hour because I'm not going to be able to do 45 clean. I could barely, and I barely did a half hour clean. I I slipped some dirty shit in there, But but the first night, the audience wanted to definitely be performed to and were less interactive. And I had to limit myself a lot on what I said. So you could tell I was trying not to say certain shit.
Okay, okay.
So they, I got a decent amount of laughs the first night. Then he gets up after me and he goes, "Give it up for him. It's his first time trying to make it clean, and he made it a little dirty." And they're like, "Go dirtier," and I'm like, "I could have done 15 more minutes." So then he does all dirty shit, and I'm like, "Oh, okay, that's what's happening here. You wanted to not to show you up. Got it. Okay." So we get to the
That
back.
son of a bitch.
Yeah, we get back to the hotel. He tells me he doesn't snore. He snores. Um, and he wanted to be in his briefs in the hotel room the whole time. Yeah,
Wait, him why?
I don't know. That's how he was comfortable. Um, I got to hear about all of his crazy ex girlfriends. He only dates very very large women. One's dead. One's blind. One's homeless. Uh, they're all native girls off the reservation. I was like,
Sheesh.
yeah,
This guy really has a type, eh?
bro. He's 47 years old, and it was like talking to a 20-year-old. He's like, "Dude, you know how many girls I fucked last year?" I'm like, "Nigga, I'm 40, bro. Like, I don't care." Like,
wow, that
bro?
many.
He's like, "Yeah, she let me blow inside her." I'm like, "Okay." Like, we're adults, right? That's what Oh my god!
Oh
I'm like,
man.
I'm so unimpressed. So then, uh, I get to at some point I get to the point
Jeez.
where I'm so irritated that oh no,
Sheesh.
this is day one, the one still. Okay, so we get back to the hotel, go to sleep, he's snoring, blah blah blah, whatever. I get up the next morning earlier than him. I get a cup of coffee, go sit in the hot tub. That's what I do whenever I'm at the hotel. Just like relax one morning, and then we get on the road to go to the next spot. Another 2 hours and 45 minutes. It's the same shit. It's all of the same stories. Oh, and I forgot to mention, his set was all of the stories he told me all the way up to Stevens Point. So I got to hear his whole set up to Stevens Point. Then I got to hear his set at the show. Then I got to hear his set on the way from Stevens Point Hotel to Hudson Hotel. Then I got to hear his set another time that night when
Ah,
we were at the show. And then we got to drive home 5 hours together today.
sheesh.
And he talked about himself the entire time, and to the point where I got so irritated, I put my headphones on. I stopped talking to him. I just started listening to music, and he started trying to outsing every song on the radio. Because I forgot to mention, he's got a big old singing bit in the middle of his set because he thinks he can really fucking sing, and he can't. He
Sheesh.
was pitchy. He was off key. He was like, this like nasally whiny bullshit. And then it was so uncomfortable that he would get to the end of his like goofy lyrics or versions of songs that he sung terribly, and then nobody would say anything. Nobody even made a sound because it was so bad. And he'd be like, "Eh," and then they're like, "Yeah," like he's pandering for laughs and claps. I'm like, bro, you were trash. It wasn't any good.
Sheesh.
He told both audiences, I basically have the voice of Justin Timberlake. No, the fuck you don't. Oh my God. I was like, you have the voice of Dustin Dirty Lake. Like, shut the fuck up. Oh, so I told myself day one, I'm like, okay, this is an opportunity. We're gonna look at it as like that because from day one, I wanted comedy to be positive. And I'm like, I'm not gonna go into it with negativity, blah blah blah, any of that shit. Fuck that shit. Okay, you earned this. I can't stand this motherfucker. I hate everything about him. Like,
I mean, was it were you at least paid some?
oh, I got paid for both shows.
Oh, okay. Yeah, shit.
Yeah,
Fuck. I mean,
bro. It got to the point where
and
I
they
was like,
paid
if
for
I
the
had him,
hotel, right? Like you didn't pay
yeah, they
for the.
picked the hotels. They
Okay.
paid for the hotels. So
Fuck. I mean, yeah.
I'm
So,
like, you know what?
is
I'm
that
gonna
part of
have
the
an
game?
experience. It's part of the game. Blah blah blah. Whatever. You know what? I'm never gonna do again. Go on the road with a fucking stranger. Oh
So
my
you
god!
didn't know
At one
this
point, I wanted
guy?
to punch him in the side of the head and just steal the fucking rental car and drive myself back.
Sheesh.
I'm like,
Sheesh. So
bro, he literally he decided to try to describe to me in detail how big his dick was on the ride home today.
yeah,
Tell me you're not gay.
yeah, that's not what. Why did he feel that comfortable?
Bro.
This nigga was hanging out in his briefs all day.
So let me tell you the best one. Okay, so this happened on the car ride home today. So he's trying to brag to me, right? And I'm
Hilarious.
getting more and more irritated. But he's talking to me about this new chick that he's texting at who lives in a homeless shelter. She's big, she's beautiful to him, and she's homeless. And they're texting back and forth, and she's like, "I've never had anybody eat my pussy," and he's like, "What? That's crazy." I'm like, "Is it that crazy? She's homeless." So he's like,
Isn't that crazy?
so he's like, "Girl, I'd eat your pussy all day and night," some stupid shit like that. And she's like, so then she's like, "Well, send me a picture of your dick. I want to make sure I'm not coming over for no reason. Coming over for no reason? You don't have a house, bitch. Like you're coming over for a bed." Like, so he sends, according to him, sends her a dick pic. She's like, "Oh yeah, sign me up." So she comes over. He sends an Uber to go pick up a homeless girl from the shelter. He comes over to his room that he rents. He eats her pussy. She get, according to him, gets off. They fuck. She goes back to the homeless shelter and then starts talking mad shit about how little his dick was. And he's like, "You don't like, you just insulted me and like used me for sex." And I was like, "Wait, did you get tricked into eating a homeless girl's pussy?" And he's like, "Oh." I'm like, "Oh my god, you didn't know?" Like, a homeless girl tricked you into eating her pussy.
Dude, she's
And you think you're the
homeless.
fucking man. He thinks he's a 10 and he picks up.
I gotta see what this guy
Bro,
looks like, dude.
his last girlfriend, he told me, was 6'1" and over 300 pounds. He was every bit of 5'3" and 140, maybe.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Is he a Latino guy, white
He
guy?
claimed to be half Cherokee, half white, but I don't know.
He was a white dude.
He was in Arizona. Yeah, he looked very white, but he's from Arizona, so like he had tan. Maybe that's the native side.
Does that he was my color and in Arizona?
Yeah, no, yeah, he was your color in Arizona, basically. Yeah, but
shit.
this guy was so vain. I'm like, you know what? I see why your opener left you. Like you're asinine to be around. I never want to hear this guy's voice another day in my fucking life. Oh, and on top of that, not funny at all. He's been a comedian for 10 years, and he's like, "I don't want to be famous." Like, I'm like, "Oh, good, you don't have to worry about that."
Is he?
Like,
I mean, they.
okay, so let me spill it out for you. He's like, I want to be. He's like, what I want to do is I want to do cruises because then you do an hour a night. And I was like, yeah, and you don't have to be that funny. It's perfect for you. Like, I didn't say that out loud, but you're just doing stupid like boat material that's for old people that don't want to hear anything naughty. Like it's not like comedy club material. So he's like, I'm not doing this for comedy. I'm doing this for money. And he's like, I really should be singing. I'm like, oh, okay, we're back on that.
And you didn't tell him not once, bro. My bad. You can't sing. Like nobody.
no,
Like not even in the
no,
good way,
because
like
you
in
know
a
what?
funny way.
Because this was about exposure for me. And also, if he knows the people he thinks or claims to know in comedy, which he doesn't, but whatever. Like this guy that he's like, my boss, like his boss that fucking sends him to shows and doesn't give him the location of the show or the location of the hotel until he's almost there. We didn't know where the hotel was or where either each brewery was that we did the shows in until we were almost to all of those locations.
How do you know what way to go?
We knew what city they were
Oh,
in.
okay, okay,
Like,
okay, okay. You knew you were. Hey, I'm already in this city.
we know we're driving to Mosinee. It's 2 hours and 45 minutes away. We're driving from there to Hudson. It's another 2.5 hours. So he's like, send us the address before then. But he's like, yeah, I'm really organized. I was like, you don't even know where we're going. You're you can't get the GPS on your phone to work, so you keep asking me to put the hotel in. So I typed the hotel address in, or I just typed the hotel name in, right? And then it takes us to the wrong hotel. And apparently there's three of that hotel with the same name within like 30, 45 minutes of each other. And
Okay.
I didn't know. So like whatever. So he's like, well, the address was on the thing. He's like, I told you to put it in there. Why didn't you put the address on the thing? And I was like, you could have done it too, right? This is your show, Mr. Organized. And he's like, yeah, but I asked you to do it. I was like, yeah, what are you going to do about it?
And who was driving?
Him. I was like, yeah, I don't care if you asked me to do it. I was like, what are you going to do about it? We went to the wrong hotel. He's like, well, I'm going to drive to the right hotel.
All right, then.
I was like, yeah, that's exactly what the fuck you're going to do.
Shut the fuck up
I'm
and drive,
like, who the
nigga.
fuck do you
Shut
think
the
you're
fuck up
talking
and
to?
drive.
Look at me and look at you. I will crush you with one of these.
That's it. Your face is the size of his head.
Dude, oh my God. Like, he was Michael J. Fox the whole fucking weekend, driving me around, almost like crashed us constantly. I've never, this is the single worst driver I've ever seen in my entire life. And I've seen Asian women drive, okay? Like,
Sheesh.
I fucking, every stoplight that
Shout
we
out Asian women.
Yeah, shout out Asian women. Look, I pulled up behind a lady who had a bumper sticker that said Asian woman driver, pass at your own risk, and I laughed so hard because she was just leaning into it. But anyways, he from
That's
every
like, her
stoplight.
husband probably put that on
Yeah,
there without her knowing.
Yeah, she doesn't even know it's there. But so we at every stoplight and at every like turn in, we're turning onto a different road. He accelerated so fucking slow that I thought we were going to get hit multiple fucking times. He just all of a sudden changed lanes out of a turning lane from a complete stop into a driving lane, and a truck almost rear-ended us. And then he wanted to complain about how bad everybody else was driving the whole time. I'm like,
Sheesh.
bruh. He tried to outsing Rihanna. He tried to outsing Justin Timberlake, Justin Bieber, The Weeknd. He said he can do every voice of the Black Eyed Peas. No, you can't.
Did this guy do drugs?
No, he wasn't even drinking. He's just that delusionally into himself. Not that funny, like marginally funny, but not 10 years funny.
No kids?
3 boys, 2 ex-wives. Gee, I wonder why. Unlovable prick.
Shout out to him.
God, fuck. If I never have to hear that weasel's voice again, dog.
Fucking weasel.
I want comedy to be about like joy and happiness and all that, but fuck that dude forever. Uh,
Damn, that bad, dude.
I wouldn't. I don't care if you offered me a lot more money for shows again. I'll never go anywhere with that fucker again. And also, I did the second night. It was a more secluded show, real intimate, like smaller crowd. So I was able to like kind of talk to tables individually. And before we started, I got them to agree to let me go dirty. So I was able to just fucking be fluid.
And be you. Like,
Bro.
not try to,
I'm like, I'm not trying. I was like, no, it wasn't go dirty, but it was just like not censor myself because I didn't do my like, I didn't try to get nasty or like be disgusting.
Yeah.
But it's just like, do I have to watch my mouth? Do I have to make sure I don't say certain cuss words, or can I just kind of talk to y'all? And they were cool with it. So, and they liked some of my rougher material too. So, but I got way bigger laughs than him in a half hour than he did for the hour he did after me.
Damn, he did a whole hour.
He did an hour of telling me. Well, I mean, come on. He did 2 hours and 45 minutes in the car.
Back and forth.
Oh my god.
Hey, and he got flown out. Like, he was.
Yeah, so like this guy that's his boss flies him to certain places because he didn't have an opener in that was local for or a headliner that was local for this show. But apparently they do shows in Wisconsin once a month. A place in Cedarburg, and then both of those breweries that we did. The guy that bailed on him did the Cedarburg show on Thursday. They got into it. He went back to Ohio, said basically "fuck you," and then he was stranded at the airport. So he had to rent a car and find a comedian that could do both shows. And he took the first comedian that could do both shows, and not knowing that I don't have that much clean material.
All his material was clean or dirty?
It was no, he had a bunch of stuff that was like it rides the fence because like you can talk about sex, but you can't like be like pussy, dick, asshole, like describe how you're
Yeah,
fucking
of
people.
course,
Like,
yeah.
So you try to walk that line, but some of my punchlines are dirty words. Like
Yeah.
it's like the Hall of Fame pussy joke. I say pussy 9 times in that joke, but it works.
Yeah.
Um,
Were you able to say that one?
I did the second night.
Yeah, all right, and it worked,
And I
right?
was like, that's the dirtiest one I'm going to tell tonight. And one lady was like, boo. So, I mean, like, they liked, and the joke that I wrote Friday morning, I closed with Friday night and Saturday night, and it crushed at both of them.
A
So,
clean joke.
it's not even dirty. Like, I said, what the fuck, I wrote what the fuck at one point in the joke, and I was like, okay, just drop fuck. They're like, what? And leave it at that. And it worked both times. So,
That's dope. That's dope.
uh,
Man, I'm glad you got out there though, and you were
so it
able
was
to
an
do some.
opportunity, and I've tried to look at it like that. Day one, it was like stay positive, stay positive, stay positive, and then by the end of day one, I was on the phone with my wife and my daughter. Who I'm like, I'm gonna kill this
Crying.
I'm gonna.
Why did I do this?
Somebody come get me.
You didn't see none of his shit before like
I've never heard of this guy before. He's also like not big on social media because
I was just gonna ask that.
he doesn't want to be famous. He wants to make money on cruise ships, and I'm like singing and doing mediocre, clean jokes.
And has he
Singing
been on
poorly
cruise
and
ships?
doing mediocre? No, that's just what he wants to do. That he thinks he's capable of doing.
Sheesh.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should try and just keep him away.
I'm gonna definitely continue to explore opportunities to get on the road. That was good for me. And I did 30 minutes.
Well, yeah, at least you got that's the most time you've ever done, right?
That's the most time I've done.
That's the most time you've ever done. You got paid for it, and you got out there a little bit.
Yeah, got my name out there a little bit. Oh God, this fucking pervert. Yeah, let me tell you.
Jeez, him again?
Yeah. So the fucking second show, it's like I said, it's real intimate, and we're like at the upper level of the brewery, and there's this group of 4 girls that came in, and like they're sitting pretty much semi in the front. One of them absolutely gorgeous. 2 of them pretty average. One of them short little stumpy cave troll.
Nice.
And the short little stumpy cave troll and the really pretty one are sitting right next to each other, but the short little stumpy cave troll has a mini skirt on, and she sat down and opened both of her legs like this. And so as I'm doing comedy, I'm scanning the room. I get to the hot chick. I go boop, boop, and I go back over to the rest of the room because I'm trying not to look down the barrel. And we get to in the car after the show, and he goes, "You see that really hot chick that was trying to show us her pussy?" And I'm like, "Oh my god!"
The really hot chick?
Yeah, the one that looked like something out of Lord of the Rings is the really hot chick. Oh my god! I was like, you know what? You have a sickness. You have a disease. He's got a scar on the side of his head from last year. Somebody else must have not found him that funny because they punched him in the back of the head, and he fucking hit his head on a table on the way down, and he got a concussion, and he's just like getting back into comedy now. So he's like, "This is my 7th time on stage."
Dude, that was at a comedy show or something?
At one of his because he runs karaoke 4 nights a week because he likes to show his singing voice to the people of Arizona.
Man, lucky people in Arizona, man.
Oh my God, I bet you they want to rip their fucking ears off. Either that or they're just like stupid. I don't know.
Sheesh. Well, I mean, the guy sounds fun.
Yeah, he's a miserable fuck. If I never see him again. But shout out Cody Heck for putting me in touch with him. I know it's not your fault, but I feel like I kind of owe you.
All right, hang on. Did Cody know the guy?
No, Cody's never met him before.
Oh my God.
So, he asked me last night, Friday night. He's like, "How'd the first show go?" And I was like, "Pretty good." And I was trying to still be optimistic about it, so I didn't say too much else. No, not so much. Cody, I love you, but let's vet these motherfuckers. Good God, that was a miserable fuck. I was like, I can't wait to get home to my wife and kids.
Man,
But I
that's
did
hilarious.
have fun doing the shows, and that's the most important part. And they enjoy the material. So
Well, that's what matters at the end of the day. And you got the experience. Like I said, you got paid. Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
did you get at least somebody to follow you or something on Instagram? You plug your Instagrams,
I
your
plugged the podcast, so maybe that'll come off of there. Yeah,
yeah, I mean, something. You know what I mean?
I mean, they weren't big shows. They're obviously growing, but I mean, I guess the guy puts them on once a month. So if you want to if you want to spend a lot of time in a car with an insufferable asshole and you got clean material, come hit me up and maybe I'll put you in contact with him.
Maybe we should have him on the podcast.
Yeah, how about never? I'd rather Vincent Van Gogh myself than have him on the podcast.
Sheesh.
Good
Oh
God.
man, that's hilarious.
Dude, literally
That's
on the way
great
back,
stuff.
he was talking constantly, and then I started just giving him the one-word answers. Yep, nope. I'm scanning for deer. That's what I care about. So I'm just like, I saw a couple big herds on the way up there too. So, but I was just looking out the window looking for deer and like giving him one-word answers. So he's like, "Oh, it's time to sing," and he fucking cranks up his radio. We're up all night to get lucky. I'm like, oh my God, I don't know how many times I heard him sing that fucking song.
Well, right now it sounds like you're the miserable one and he's the happy one, Brad.
No, he was very angry the whole time. So you know what's funny is
The dude
maybe
sounds like a happy.
no. He was not, because everything was outside of him singing. Everything was complaining about everybody, someone else. Oh, and then when his really boring material didn't hit, he would be so condescending to the audience, and I could see because after I was done, I went to the back to watch, and I could see the group of girls like every time he was condescending, they would all like snicker and laugh to each other, like, see, he's doing it again. He's like, oh, well, you didn't get it, but maybe one of you can explain it to them. I'm like, what? No, it just wasn't fucking funny,
Bro, I think 45 minutes to an hour of hearing shit like that is just dreadful, bro.
bro.
That's why, honestly, I stick more
Doing
to
it,
producing, because I feel like I could do 15, 20 minutes, but after that, I just feel it gets saying,
dude. Do 15 half hour, 45 closer.
it's
Like,
just, man.
no, like he did, and he went over the hour. Like it was supposed to be done at 9:30. At 9:30, like a little bit before 9:30, the people that really enjoyed my shit got up and left. Like there's an old couple that like he was actually interacting with me. I did the joke about falling down the stairs,
Okay,
and
okay.
he was like, "Maybe you ought to learn how to apologize." And I was like, "Yeah, you're right." But so him and his wife like got tired of his shit, got up and left. And then at 9:30, he kept wanting to do more bad dad jokes that he had in his phone. So he's reading them out of his phone, and the other couple that was sitting by them stood up and they're like, "All right," and like they just wanted to leave. So I'm like, all right, wrap it up, buddy.
Yes.
Shows were also not really unprofessional because he asked me to bring my own speaker and microphone. I provided the speaker and the microphones for the show.
Are you serious?
I'm not kidding.
Hang on. So the places weren't.
Places aren't set up for comedy; they're breweries. So this guy is trying to pitch these clean comedy shows, but you're sending guys there, and like the brewery should either have stuff equipment there, or the guys you're sending got to have their own shit. You found an opener last minute and asked him if he had a speaker and microphones. How lucky are you that I have this shit in here for the podcast?
Yeah, the dude's a madman.
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
The
Like
dude
we would have
is.
just been shouting our material at these people if we didn't have it.
Wow,
You
that
know?
dude's crazy.
So, for as professional as he claimed to be, he was really unprofessional. I didn't want to
Well,
hear about his dick size. I didn't want to hear about him, how many girls he blew his load in.
sheesh.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, what are we, fucking 12? This is not impressive to me at all.
It's like, dude, I've been
I was like,
married for 20 years, dude. I don't
I'm like,
care
dude,
about this.
I have a real life and family that loves me.
Nah, yeah, there's some
You
people
have
that
a
are just
mattress on a
crazy.
floor in a bedroom that you share with three roommates,
Man,
and you fuck fat homeless bitches, and one of them, one was blind, one died. Uh, one of the comedians that he used to do comedy with drove his truck down into a ravine and shot himself. And I was like, yeah, he probably got tired of listening to you fucking sing.
That took a turn.
Yeah. Shout
No,
out dead guy.
he he sounds amazing.
Yeah,
He sounds
yeah.
amazing. I think
So,
we should get him on the Zogala show.
my new friend.
All right. Said, so my time at Deal With It podcast is over. You're having him as your new co-host.
No, you know what's funny is I got out of the car and I was like, I don't care how much ADL annoys me. I love that motherfucker.
Hey, I said, hey, what's going on?
And
I say, hey, hey. I said, hey, what's going on? Hey, that was a good sync
so
right
glad we
there.
did all right, we're gonna do a try not to laugh challenge, dark humor edition. Deal with the podcast style. You ready for
Dark
these?
humor edition, like normal editions.
Yeah. Well, okay. I asked my dad if I was adopted, and he laughed and said, "Do you think someone would pick you?" You failed already.
I picture Pops telling you. No, that's
You think someone would pick
I swear I
you?
can just imagine him saying it.
No, he was the one that actually loved me.
We gotta have him on the fucking pod.
Yeah,
man.
he said he'd be a guest, so we
Oh.
gotta come on, Pops.
Shout out to Pops.
All right. Continuing with try not to laugh. Hold on, let me compose myself. It's your turn.
So, why are Americans so good at Rubik's cubes? Because they're good at separating colors.
Damn it.
So true.
Especially now. All right. You ready? Wife. I want another baby. Husband. Oh, good. I really don't like this one.
Did you write that one?
No, but when I saw it, I was like, yep.
You're like, I thought about this.
Somebody's reading my diary.
Why can't women without hands play soccer? Because they're women.
Oh my, what? That's so stupid. Doesn't make any sense. You ready?
No.
My penis was in the Guinness Book of World Records, but then the librarian asked me to take it out. I knew you were gonna laugh
So
at that
fucking
one.
stupid. Why are priests called father? Because daddy would blow their cover.
Oh my
By the way, we didn't write these.
Yeah, these are all samples from the internet, not our own material. All right, this one's stupid, but I liked it. I bought my blind friend a cheese grater for his birthday. A week later, he told me it was the most violent book he's ever read. Blind.
Oh. That's good. That's good.
That's stupid.
A Somalian, a Jew, and a gay guy jump from the top of a building. Who hits the floor first? Who cares?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, I was not ready. Ah, shit. All right. I don't think either one of us is doing very well at this. All right. I have a fish that can break dance. Only for 20 seconds though. And only once. So
That's
dumb.
good. I used to break that so I could. I, oh, that's so fucking
Oh
funny.
my god.
That was good.
Oh.
What do you get when you mix dog DNA and human DNA? Disowned by your family.
Oh my. Those get kicked out of the dog park. Oh shit. Researchers have discovered something that can do the work of 5 women, 1 man. I knew you were gonna like that one.
Uh, hey, what do African people do after they throw up? Brag about how much they ate.
What should you do if your girl starts smoking? Slow down.
uh, say, why can't Asian people drive at night? Because they're Asian.
We're back on that. Okay. Try to gather yourself. Whew. I went to the doctor the other day and he told me I have to stop masturbating. I said, why? And he goes, well, because I'm trying to examine you.
You? Oh. Hey, what's the difference between a Lambo and a horse? I don't know. I've never been in a Lambo.
Oh my. They're all gross. We hit a stride like 5-6 years ago. Like that, like our relationship was pretty good, but like we hit this, like, I don't know, man. We locked in. Like I'm just focused on the shit that I know is important to her, and vice versa, and everything else takes care of itself.
You think that came with like age?
No, I was real stubborn for a long time because I've had it in my head because of how I grew up. I've had it in my head for most of my life that um, once people see enough of the real me, they're gonna decide that I'm too much and it's time to move on.
Move around.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and most people have walked out of my life, family included. So they saw
when they walked out of your life. I mean, do you think you were part of the issue and why they walked out?
There's people that I don't blame them for it, and I understand why.
Okay.
Because I was forcing them to watch me kill myself at the time, slowly.
Yep.
But then there's other people that I held to a different standard because of like I've always been there for you in your time of need, and you want to talk about me behind my back in my time of need, and then when I am reaching out to you, you ghost me.
Yeah, that's
So those people, that shit hurt a lot more, or like not being good enough for your own mother to love you. that shit stings.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
You know, so when you've had that many people, and so early on in my marriage, I did a lot of like self-destructive things because I was sure she was going to leave me at some point. I was like, well, I might as well just help her get to that point. And that's a really fucked up way of thinking about your marriage. So I just did what I wanted for a lot of years, and she stuck it out. I mean, I wasn't like a complete asshole, but I drank. I'd go out whenever I wanted. You know,
Like, no, hey, I'll be back at this night. Just dip.
like, whatever. Like,
I was never like that, but I understand what you mean. Where you're like, hey, you know what? I want you to leave me, or that's so I'm gonna help you leave me. Like,
yeah.
basically, you do everything for her to, but
like,
she
you're gonna
didn't.
do it anyway, so we might as well get it out of the way.
Yeah. And then see, I did that shit and it backfired on me. Then I felt bad when it was happening, and I'm like, oh, what did I create? You know, just young, ignorant. You know what I mean, what did I create? What did I do? You know what I mean, blah blah blah.
Yeah, I mean, for as much as my wife has shown me over the years that she's never gonna leave, the aha moment was like at Christmas, probably about 5-6 years ago. I can't remember exactly what year it was, but the present she got me, I opened up this present and I started crying immediately. It was a portrait she had painted of my grandparents who have been gone for 10 years and the girls at the age they were then.
Your wife painted this.
No, she had it painted.
Oh,
by
she
an
had
actual artist, like an actual artist painted.
and the real dope.
Yeah, so it's like it's called like paint. The company's called Paint Your Life, and she got it for me, and it looks so good, so realistic, and yeah, she got me good, and like that in that moment, I remember thinking, she's never gonna leave me. Like we're together forever.
You're like, fuck.
No, like it was it felt good because I know that at least one person's not going to.
And that's when you got like you're like, hey, you know, I'm gonna get it together.
I need
to
lock in. Like I need to I don't have enough time to make up for everything, but I'm gonna do my best to show you. So, love you, babe.
That's pretty dope, man.
Yeah,
that's pretty dope. And well, you know, when you're being loved correctly, man,
bro, it takes care of a lot of things, man.
Bro, like that ass is like right now in my relationship, I just feel like everything's so dope. Yeah. Like I don't argue. We don't nothing.
I mean, we still argue a little bit here and there, but
disagreements.
It's small shit,
you know, but not like argue like that. You know, nothing like that. Nothing aggressive. We don't disrespect each other, call each other out of each other's names, talk behind each other's backs. I don't
being able to leave my phone unlocked in the room with her. I'm like, I don't give a shit.
And you know what's crazy? When the other day we were out, and I went to the restroom, and when I came back, my phone was right next to her, and I was like, you know how I know this is it? I left my phone next to you. You know the password and everything. I don't hide anything. I don't care.
Right.
And I left my phone. I wasn't desperate looking for my phone. It ain't, you know what I mean?
You come back with your pants around your ankles. Oh, babe.
Everybody at the bar like.
Fall down.
There's no toilet paper in the... It's like...
There's no toilet paper. Quick, give me my phone. I'll use that. What? Now.
Use my phone. Are you?
Throw it to me. Yeah, we should end on something fun.
Fuck, what you said earlier was fucking funny. I thought you were gonna end it.
I thought we were gonna end it there. You know what? I'll splice it together. Pretend you're laughing. This has been another episode of Deal With It podcast, where we
get to say whatever we want, and you get to deal with it.